Welcome. So let's get started on the mat. Come down onto your back. Find your ball if you're using one and place it between the knees. So the pace for today's class might be a little bit quicker than the previous ones as we're starting to build on some momentum now. So make sure the feet feel flat, adjust yourself throughout, make sure you're comfortable. And we're going to start with some pelvic tilts. So you're visualizing the pelvis as a bowl and you're going to try and tip the imaginary water out onto the mat below you. So as you breathe out this time, roll the pelvis backwards, imagine you're spilling that water onto the mat, and then come back to your neutral or your start position. And we go again. As we breathe, we pull the bum under, and then we roll back to our start position. So it's all from the lower part of the spine. In fact, it's mainly just the hips. Breathe out as we go. Good. Keep the ball between the knees. You've got 3 more from this point. Good. And then we're going to take it into some squeezes. So on this next one, as you roll back, hold that position. And we're going to do some gentle squeezes of the ball. So bring the knees together for 1 and then release. And 2. Keep the breath. 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Good. Release the tension in the ball, but keep it between the knees. Let's take it into our bridge. So working with that tilt, find that pelvic tilt. Use the feet to lift your hips, roll them up towards the ceiling, finding your shoulder blades, keep your arms relaxed on the mat. Slowly bring your spine back down, with your hips being the last thing to find the floor. Get a lovely stretch through the back. Breathe in nice and deep at the bottom. Exhale, roll the pelvis backwards. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Find the shoulder blades, the tip of the shoulder blades, but not the neck. Slowly soften back down onto the mat. So imagine you're really trying to find all of that space in the ribs, in the lower back, and then your hips come back down and you relax. Good, 3 more. If you need to take a breath as we do the movement, just work through it. You don't have to work to the same breath pattern as me, but ideally we are not holding our breath as we do this. Nicely done. Breathe, exhale, roll up, keep the arms long. 1 more from here. Good. Tuck the tailbone under, scoop in, that gentle scoop of the lower abs up and inwards. Pressing into the feet at the very top, hips are pushed up. Slowly soften back down. Find that connection through the back of the body. Then we're going to lift the legs up into tabletop position. Once more, the ball stays between the knees. Hands can go out a little bit wider here. We're just going to gently roll the legs to one side. And we're going to use our waist to pull it back and roll it over to the other side. So pull through the belly. 1 more. And then pull that rib cage back down to the other side. Bring it back into center and place the feet down onto the floor. Take the ball from between your knees and place it on the side, rolling over onto our side. We're going to go into our leg lift. So now we're going to think a little bit more about the glutes. So rest your head on your arm, lift that top leg, and we're going to lower it back down. We're going to do 12 of these. So we breathe out to go up, we breathe in to go down. Focus on the hips, staying quite still here. So if you want to place a hand on your hips for feedback, go ahead. If you feel like it's a bit too wobbly right now, you're going to place a hand on the mat in front of you. Good, we're halfway through. 7. Nice and controlled pace. 8. And 9. Let the leg feel quite heavy. 10. Good. 11. And on 12, we're going to hold it up. You're going to swing that leg like a rainbow towards the front edge of your mat. And then you're going to take it behind and touch the back edge. So it makes this little rainbow shape, the foot. Again, the focus is on once more keeping the hip still. So don't take the leg too big if you feel like you're compromising that stability. And you should start to feel it around the muscles in the hips. So we're thinking bum. Good, keep that breath going. So we don't want to hold our breath as we do this. We want to imagine that we're pulling our waist muscles up and in. Lovely, couple more. And last one. Good, bring the legs together, have a little rest, and then bend the knees, bring the feet in towards your bum. We're gonna come up into a side plank. So the knees will be slightly in front of the hips, the feet will be behind, you'll be on your forearm. So when you place your elbow on the mat, you wanna feel like it's underneath your shoulder, pulling the ribs up and inwards. We're gonna keep this energy under here, and we're gonna lift the hips. We're gonna lower down, but keep that pulled in sensation. And we're gonna lift the hips. Good, think about your breath as you breathe out. Go up, inhale, go back down. Good, last one, and hold. Take your hand up to the ceiling, and we're gonna do 3 thread the needles. You're gonna reach your hand to the back of the room, and then open up towards the ceiling. So you're moving that rib cage, but you've got all of this work through the abs and the bottom line. Good, last one. Bring your hand down, come into a seated position. Stretch the legs out in front of you. In front of you, sit nice and tall, and take one hand and bend over the body. Bring it down and take the other hand up and over. But I want you to think about your head and your shoulders sitting on top of your pelvis. So we're not leaning forward to do this or leaning backwards. We're moving side to side, and we're just stretching the muscles around the ribs. Last one. Come back into that upright position. Place the hands behind the back of the head. Try and drop those shoulders down, and we're just going to do some twisting. So turn and look towards one side of the room, and then go to the other side. Keep those hips firmly planted into the mat, and move through the back muscles. So you're trying not to, say, use your shoulders or your head, but more your powerhouse and your torso. So we twist. Last one, stay nice and tall. Good, come back into center, relax those arms, and then we're gonna come over onto the other side. So you're gonna come down once more onto the mat. Find that balanced position with your head on your arm and your legs straight out from you. Take a breath in. As we exhale, lift the leg and then lower back down. So we're going for 12 of these. We're on 2. Good, let it relax. 3, and then focus on those hips. 4, staying quite still. And 5. Good. 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, 10, 2 more. We've gone higher in reps for this class today. Hold into the rainbow, touch the front, sweep and touch behind you. Good, 2. So this is a hard one to keep that stability, but just try. That's the whole point of Pilates, is reconnecting and bringing back that stability. 5. Good. 6 and 7. So we try not to rush this one. And 8, even though as it starts to burn, you may feel like you want to. 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Good. Rest that leg back down, and we're going to go into our planks. You're going to bend the knees, bring yourself up onto your forearm. So make sure the feet are behind and the knees are just slightly out in front. Elbows underneath your shoulder, and we're pulling the waist or the ribs in. So we'll give them a nice hug inwards. We take a breath, and as we exhale, we lift. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we lift. We pull the waist up and in. Keep that sensation. The last one we're going to hold and take it into 3 of those twists. Hand goes up towards the ceiling, and then reach to the wall behind you. Take it up, and then twist and reach. 1 more. Good, lower back down with control, and then we're going to find ourselves on our front. So bring yourself onto your belly, find a comfortable position on the mat, and then reach your hands out in front. Relax the feet, relax the shoulders. Your head can rest down on the mat, but for the purpose of teaching, I'll have my head lifted for the first one. Take a breath in. As we exhale, I'd like you to bring your left arm and your right leg away from the mat. And then we're going to softly lower back down. Take a breath. As we exhale, we're going to swap sides. And back down. Good, so we're here for 10 reps. This is our third one. And I want you to think about connecting the movement to your breath. So working these lovely muscles in the middle of our back. Think about the posture when we do this one. Keep those shoulders dropping away from the ears. Good. Last one like this. And soften back down, take a moment to pause. The next one's going to require us to bring our head and our chest away from the mat. So we're going into a little bit more of spine extension. Take a breath in, nice big deep breath. As we exhale, let's start left arm, right leg. Lift your head and your chest away from the mat. Lower back down. Breathe in and swap sides. Exhale, one arm, one leg, and your head and your chest. Good, keep that pace quite controlled. So on 3, and I want you to think of length through the body. So arm and leg are being pulled in opposite directions. So you want to find some space in the back of the body. 4 more. Only come up as high as comfortable. Keep the neck and the shoulders relaxed. Good. Should start to feel some muscles in the back now. Last one. Bring everything down with control. Take a moment and pause. Readjust if you need to. We're going to leave our legs down on the mat for this one and take it into breaststroke arms. So I'd like to lift your head and your chest. Bring your hands under your armpit and lift them away from the mat. Take a big deep breath in. Reach your hands forward. Press backwards. Bring the hands once more underneath your armpits and forward again. So lovely big circles from the arms. As if you're swimming. So you're halfway through. Big squeeze backwards. Get those shoulders moving towards your hips. One more. And bring your hands back onto the mat. Drop your head down. Maybe rest it to the side here. One hand and the other is going to find the small of your back with your palms facing upwards. Relax your elbows down by your side. I'm going to take it into a chest stretch. So as we breathe out this time, we're going to straighten our arms towards our feet and let our chest and our head come away from the mat. Like we're squeezing a grape between the shoulder blades. We're going to come back down to the mat and let our elbows soften down to the side. Breathe as we breathe out. Reach, squeeze. And if you want, turn your head to the other side. Breathe in, exhale. Reach, reach, reach. Your hands to your feet. One more time. Relax the elbows. As you straighten the arms, slide them down the back towards your feet. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Come back down onto the mat. Take your hands. We're going to practice coming into our plank. So take a breath. As we exhale, I'd like you to lift your hips. Bring the top of your thighs away from the mat. Pull your lower abs deeply inwards and then soften back down. So it's just a hugging sensation or a pulling away from the mat of the belly. Keep the shoulders and the neck as relaxed as possible. As you exhale, belly button comes inwards. Lower abs get sucked up and in. Lift the hips, lift the thighs, come up onto your knees. And then soften back down. So this should feel quite hard to get into. We've got 2 more. Breathe in, exhale, and then soften back down. One more time, guys. Just check everything else is staying as still and as relaxed as possible. Good. Come back down. Place your hands underneath your armpits. Give yourself a big push up onto your knees. Slide your right leg forward and find pigeon pose. If this doesn't feel super comfy, you can just stay up here. Hopefully you're feeling a bit of a stretch. Reach that back leg away and then fold forward and soften down as close towards the mat as you can manage. Take a nice big deep breath and try and relax into the stretch. And then we're going to come up, place your hands once more onto the mat and swap sides. You're going to bring your left leg underneath you, stretch your right leg away, reach it as far back as you can manage, and once more we're going to try and fold forward and come as close to the mat as it feels comfortable. Taking a moment to take a nice big deep breath and relax into the stretch. Nice, straighten the arms. And then we're going to take both the knees backwards. Feet will come together, knees will separate towards the edge of your mat. You'll sit your hips back onto your feet and you'll slide your hands forward. We're going to find child's pose. Drop your head down as close towards the mat as comfortable. Keep those arms stretching forward, so we're trying to stretch all the muscles in the back here. Deep breath in, breathe out, try and relax a little bit further down. One more time. Nice. Coming up, bringing the hands once more in, and then the knees come to joint. We're going to find our thread the needle from this position. So we're going to take our hand off the mat, reach it towards the ceiling. Now keep the hips still for this one. As you rotate, you're going to bend one arm, reach towards the side of the room. Bring it up for a stretch. Keep the hips still, rotate through the ribs and reach. Now work with your breath. It's an inhale at the top, it's an exhale to move and twist. 3 more, inhale, open up, exhale, move and twist. The hard part is to keep those hips still so you're getting that mobility work for the rib cage. Last one. And we're going to swap sides. So you're going to place that hand onto the floor, take the other hand up, big breath. As we breathe out, we try and keep the hips still, and we reach to the side of the room. Inhale, open, exhale, reach. So you want this to work ribs and your upper mid back. A little stretch as you reach through. Use that breath. 2 more. And last one. Good, place back the hand back down and just take a moment to pause. We're going to be back in this position, but now with our balls. So the focus here will be on the glutes. Place the ball behind the back of the knee. Set the hands back underneath your shoulders. And we're going to pull that foot in towards our bum, so we're holding the ball in the back of the knee. We're just going to take it into some glute presses, which is going to challenge our glutes here. You're going to press that foot up towards the ceiling and then lower it back down. Now the hard part is to stay balanced at the top. Breathe out, press that foot up, squeeze slightly through the bum and lower back down. Find a comfortable position for your foot. So if having it flex feels like it kicks into the back of the leg too much and not so much into the bum, just relax it. Halfway through. Good. 5, 6, keep that balance. 7, so we don't want to be over onto one side more than the other. 8, good, down into fire hydrant. So you're going to lift the leg out to the side, lift and lower down. Good, out and then in. Again, think about your balance. If this is hard, take a rest, rejoin when you need to, halfway through. Breathe out and then in. Good work. This should start to feel a little bit harder now. And we're going for the last one. Good, we're going to do some pulses. We're going to go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down and rest. Take the ball from behind that knee, straight into the other side. Let's get it done. Shoulders into back pocket, squeeze, and then up. Good, knee comes down, and then the foot travels up. We're on 2. Exhale, 3, keep that balance. So you want it shared between your hands and your knees. 4, 5. Concentrate on how it feels in the body. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Rest. Out to the side. Fire hydrants. Lift and back down. Good. Exhale and in. Keep that balance if you can. So if you found that you've sunk over to one side, take a moment to just readjust if you need to. 3 more. And 2. Last 1. Hold for pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oosh. Bring it down. Take the ball away. Rest back into child's pose. Slide the hands forward. Take a nice big deep breath. Sigh it out. Come back into a seated position. We're going to finish with a little twist. So you're going to reach one leg forward. Pull the other leg over. Turn and look over your shoulder. So you're looking away from the leg that you're pulling in towards you. Sit nice and tall. Untwist and swap sides. Pull the leg in, sit tall, and then we turn and look over our shoulder. Untwist and relax. Well done, we'll finish there.